it becomes available. Now, also tonight, with all the death and destruction, chaos and running battles that characterize today's political demonstrations against the government in what is slowly getting out of hand. At least 9 people have been reported dead in the protests that extended to destruction of government offices in Kitengela, injured pupils in Kangemi, and wounded protesters and police officers. Our very own Sam Gituku looks into the impact of demonstrations across different towns in the country.
The cloud of smoke littered the atmosphere in many towns Wednesday, a mixture of the bonfires lit by protesters and the smoke from tear gas canisters lobbed by the police. This was a day of protest against the government that had been pronounced illegal by the police for lacking notice. The protesters were early on the streets, so are the police, ready to contain any mayhem that ensued. The demonstrators pelted stones at the police as they attempted to repel them. Many were injured in the exchange, including police officers, one of them in Kamukunji area of Nairobi. At least 9 people have been reported to have died in the protests, including 4 in Mlolongo, 2 in Kitengela, and 1 in Emali in Makueni County. But the exchange extended beyond the police and demonstrators. At some instances, the violent protesters attacked their fellow citizens. Property and installations were destroyed, shops were looted, including this Eastmart supermarket in Kitengela. In Kitengela, protesters attacked the divisional headquarters, destroying the national flag and torching the assistant county commissioner's office. One of those suspected to have destroyed the pole of the national flag was shot dead. The fire was put out, but the destruction was evident. Identity cards of Kenyans were scattered across the office. Nearly 10 people were injured in the exchange and are nursing gunshot wounds in hospital, some on the head, stomach, hands, and legs. Back in Nairobi, the protesters were unstoppable. Not even the stop sign could, destroying everything in their way as the police waited for the opportune time to pounce. In Kangemi, the standoff was similar. Daring protesters waited for their chance. While at it, innocent young citizens were in class for their share of education. Little did they know that the protest knew no boundaries. Tear gas canisters reached some of the pupils while in class at New Kihumbwini Primary School. Several were reported to have fainted or run short of breath. They were attended for first aid before being rushed to hospital. Parents and guardians rushed to the school to rescue their children.
Tumetoka na hao watu wawili. Watupe na amani. Mbona serikali inapiga watoto wadogo?
A day of immense violence marked in major towns, leaving on its way death, injury, destruction, and uncertainty. Sam Gituku, Citizen TV.